Okay, I've come out again for the afternoon after my walk to the museum this morning, and I've just come across from my hotel, which from here is most likely behind that gum tree. Most likely from this angle. I'm actually heading towards the Roman amphitheatre. In this whole forecourt area, different vendors, different traders are selling different things like hookah pipes and balls and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a family atmosphere in this forecourt of the Roman amphitheatre. So the last time I was here was 6 months ago, and you couldn't actually walk up onto the antiquity at all. There was a big fence up here barring people. So it's going to be a bit of a different adventure cruising in. I do have a Jordan pass, so all I had to do was just scan that. So that's turned out to be a bit of a bonus. It has entry to a few places. Well, it's supposed to be 40, but I couldn't actually see 40 named on the website. And occasionally a couple of antiquities are actually free. But this one wasn't. It was supposed to be 2JD, so I've saved a couple of $4 or $5 there with this entry. So I'll go up and have a look. These types of activities are the things that I say to myself that I am just crazy for doing, because I actually don't like heights. So heading to an antiquity that I've actually got to climb any stairs. But once you actually do get up the top, it's just this sheer drop down. So I'll get myself to the first level and I'll see how I feel. Okay. Hi. So, there's the stairs, there's the stairs. God, I hate stairs. The other thing about getting up the stairs is these people are discovering getting down the stairs. All part of the adventure. Maybe I could just slide down on my bottom or something. Find the express elevator and just scooch down. That girl had just stopped halfway, so I'd actually stopped to have a rest after doing a couple of stairs. I'll do another couple in a second. These guys are trying to test the acoustics, but I don't think they've got the right spot. And this woman is putting me to shame. God, I hate heights. So if I was a poor person who could have only afforded a seat at the top, I think I would have moved in and not left for a week to get my value for money. I'd have to actually check my theatre architecture, but I'm sure that this is where the the lamps would be put on, so that it had a backlight for the people on stage performing. And there is a sweet spot within this stage area. It's not as defined as it is in the one at Jerash, so I'm not sure. But the other thing that I noticed that were people were on a wailing wall. They were listening at one end and calling at the other. Yeah, this guy's going to give it a go. So what he said was he could actually hear his friend really quite clearly on the curve of that wall, so that's pretty impressive. Where that guy's sitting, because the bench spaces look all a little bit different, so that would have had wooden seats and a lot of material around it, like flags and banners, so that would be where the emperor or the leader or the mayor would have sat, where that guy in the white shirt sitting at the moment. The last time I came here, it actually says there's no photographs, but the staff actually said I could take photos. So this time I'll take a video. And it's a small museum that has a demonstration of the different cultural dress, swords, food items, different ways of cooking. The section's got some jewellery in it, quite impressive. Shadow puppets, jewellery, bracelets, and earrings there. You can see from when we were walking around in the streets, and you can actually see the clothing in the shops for sale. It's a modern interpretation of these traditional dresses with the symmetrical patterns. Great muted colours, great colours. So what we have in this gallery is some mosaics. Some really quite well preserved mosaics. On this one you can see a guy's face, 2 eyes, a nose and a bit of a hat. Beautiful symmetry. Really quite large pieces as well. Looks like a man maybe kneeling with a cape, maybe. The other interesting things in this chamber, these look to be saddles. They'd go over the horse or the camel. Wouldn't necessarily be very comfortable, made of wood, but that's what I think it looks like. That middle one maybe would then have other bags attached to those long wooden poles. Absolutely fantastic place. What I actually think I mentioned before about Jordanian antiquities is normally when you're near an antiquity there's a big barrier or a rope around it, some posts and stuff to stop you from coming anywhere near the antiquity. But here in Jordan, everything is accessible. It's just a strange way of connecting with the ancient world. So there's nothing behind a barrier or a rope. You can actually walk up and you can touch things that are thousands of years old. Just wonderful. So most like in my last video for today, just of the forecourt of the Roman amphitheatre. And it's just a hive of activity. It's just the families coming together, multi-generational men, and these boys have been playing soccer here for quite a while. So just a great public space. No, you don't have to pay to come into this forecourt area, you just have to pay to get into the amphitheatre itself. It's a wonderful public space. So I'll just do one more little foods video and add on to the back of that one for the amphitheatre, which you can see across the street from my room. So I've done my walk and I've picked up some snacks on the way, and just to try a little bit of everything. So I think this is that baklava. This could have some cream in it. I'm going to have a look in a second. And this one just looked very interesting with these different layers, so I'm not actually sure what that bit hard there, but the texture's going to be. So this tray, he put these extra little syrupy things on because he put it on a scale, so clearly had to move it up to a weight that he could charge me 1 JD for this. So that's about $2 Australian. And that water is 0.5 of a JD, so that's about $1. And I'll also attach another, just a static photo of some snack food that I had in the street earlier today as well. So my love affair with food continues, and we'll see where this one goes. Okay, so I've had a little bite of everything. I had one of these, and this is the pistachio baklava, which is just absolutely beautiful. These, which I've had in Eastern Europe, look quite similar. It looks like a donut, but this one's actually quite hard. When you bite into it, it's got a syrupy centre. This puff pastry kind of has a curd in the middle of it, and that's an interesting sensation. So that'll just be staying exactly where it is. And this one, which is the original one that I thought I first saw and I thought I'd give it a try, has a very gritty taste and texture. I'm not even sure if it's almond or what it is, but absolutely delicious.